Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the week of January 30th. We're going to jump right in here, Virgo, and we're going to see what is going on in your current general energies in this first row. You have this speculation card and also this domination card. I kind of feel like you're dominating. Look it. This is a very good... See, you know what's funny here, Virgo, is I feel like saying you're right for once or you were proven right for once or something like that. For some of you, it could absolutely be about love. You could be right about a relationship or like a person's feelings for you, especially if you're getting into something new. But I kind of feel this is like a little bit bigger picture for you here, Virgo. I kind of feel like you're right on the right path. And I get a very weird feeling that some of you, it's like you're doing something, especially in work or career, that maybe like no one else can understand. And look, you have this whole deck is upside down, by the way, but what I would say here is that, I feel like some of you have maybe learned something or you tried something that like no one else is doing. I don't even know how to describe that, is what I would say. You might be like, if you have a business, you might be trying a new technique, or if you have a career, you might be, maybe you went to your boss first and said like, hey, I want this promotion. Don't give it to Janice, right? And so I feel like some of you, it's like you're getting something, not like over someone else, but I feel like you're getting something that you've wanted. Again, you have this domination and speculation card. Again, I feel like for some reason, it's just popping into my head as like you being right about something or proven right, which I mostly get here in this first row. We have the Hermit, which is you, showing up in a very strong position, the Ten of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. The Ten of Cups can just be fortune after difficulty. It just represents good things happening after a difficult period of time. And the reason I say that is because they're standing in the real world, but they're like choosing to be happy over something. So they still have to deal with all the problems and challenges of the world, but they're choosing to be happy. And it kind of just represents that, and it also represents fortune after difficulty. You also have the Ace of Cups. This is your emotions overflowing, being very happy. I also have the word wish popping into my head. You do have the Nine of Cups here, so there could be some sort of wish being granted. The thing that I would say, though, is, this looks like, is it really a wish? I would say probably not, because I feel like this is something you've worked for. To me, like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but to me, a wish is you make a wish and you get something. So I wouldn't really call it a wish, although I do feel there could be some fulfillment coming in for you. It could be in love. To me, it could be like another earth sign, which you've been getting another earth sign in your readings. You've also been getting a fire sign in your readings as well. So earth or fire really stand out to me if you're looking for love. And, I feel like it could be a really good match. You have the Ten of Cups, which is like happy home, happy family. Even if you don't want to have a family, it doesn't matter. It could just be a deep connection. But again, I really feel this is you being put in a good position, especially in work or career. I feel like your past couple readings have had this like, they've had just like a different focus on career, maybe how you make money, or, even if you're retired, there could be some sort of change in how you make money. And, it's almost as if you've been being prepared to like, for this change. And I'm hoping we get more detail because I'm not exactly sure. You have the star wanting to pop out there, which is like a wish. So definitely some sort of wish coming in for you here. Let's see. With the Hermit, you have the Fool. The Fool says it's time to take a leap of faith. The Fool, he's normally standing at the edge of a cliff. The Hermit is standing on top of a mountain. Kind of the same, right? And I feel like for some of you, it's kind of like just saying you're ready for this new adventure. You're ready for a new direction. I see you trying a lot of things, especially for those of you that have a career or business. Like I see you kind of like, trying different techniques or, different ways of making money, different ways of standing out, different ways of getting attention. And I would definitely encourage that for sure. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Seven of Swords. You have the Seven of Swords twice. Seven of Swords, as always, can represent lying, cheating, stealing, but I don't really feel that here. Some of you could have obviously dealt with that. And again, I like to remind people that I'm going to show you on a traditional Seven of Swords here that the Seven of Swords is a golden card. It's meant to be positive. It can represent taking things too seriously as well. He has these polka dots on his cloak. Polka dots in the tarot represent kind of taking things too seriously or, trying to be too serious. So if you're getting into a relationship, I'm not saying don't be serious, but I am saying, maybe you need more playfulness or you need to be more playful. I also feel that this is a card of tactics. It's like a card that says, okay, you have a plan, or maybe you're developing a plan for your life right now. Seven of Swords says, like, you don't have to, like, charge straight at something. You don't have to, you don't have to attack something head on. There might be some better tactical ways to do the things that you're doing. So anything in your life that you're trying to accomplish, I would say, like, is there a better way? With the Ace of Cups, you have the Four of Wands. Definitely could be getting married. If you're meeting a person, this could be the person you're marrying. Four of Wands also a card of freedom, and it does look like you could be feeling very free this week. Next, in the area of your messages from your future self, you have this ant spirit. It says time to collaborate. So, I've been saying this for 2 years now. Teamwork makes the dream work. So anything you can do to work with other people, it's just going to benefit you and the other person as well. It's like kind of like creating positivity. So this includes love as well. You could be getting into something that's more like of a collaboration. You could be getting into something where there's better teamwork between the two people. So if you're meeting a new person, or if you already have a new person right now, there could just be really good collaborative opportunity between the two of you. Some of you, I do feel, could be like starting a business, or, kind of like getting into business. Maybe you're not really getting into business with your partner, but maybe you're like bouncing ideas off each other and things like that. I also feel, again, these are ants. Ants can lift up like 9 billion times more than their body weight or whatever. I don't know what the real number is, right? But, I feel for a lot of you that you're very capable at this time of lifting a lot of weight. I feel like you're very capable of doing more work than you realize. So don't be afraid to put in the hard work. You have the Five of Cups, the Magician, and the Eight of Cups. What's interesting to me is you have this Five of Cups, Seven of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles as well. 2 sevens in the tarot to me represents internal fears that don't exist. So for some of you, you could be fearing kind of like just a little bit, I feel like you're just a little bit fearing this new direction. But when he turns around, he sees this bridge and this castle behind him on the Five of Cups. So, there could be some fears about releasing something or some changes that are going on in your life, which I feel is definitely, until, I would say until March of this year, this is kind of like what we're dealing with, is that there could be some changes where we're just like, what's going on here? These could be changes in work or business, or they could be changes in the world or things that are going on around us. And, the people who embrace the changes are going to be very successful. The people who learn how to work with the energy and look for solutions, right? The people who don't are going to have a hard time. So I would be looking for solutions. Literally, if you're having any problems or challenges, like Google it. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but just a little bit of research could go a long way here. You have this Magician. Again, I would be careful of sneaky energy, because you have these two right next to each other with the Five of Swords. So if you have dealt with a sneaky person, I would cut that person out of your life. But other than that, I feel like you are manifesting your dreams. Literally, on the table, he is pointing down to the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is like wishes, wish fulfillment, good things coming in for you. I feel like you need to ask for something. I feel like you need to ask the universe for something that you desire to have. It's like a lot of law of attraction teachers and stuff. They say you have to like ask for things unapologetically, whatever it is that you want. It's like most people, they ask for something like money or whatever, but maybe deep down inside you have money blocks, or you have beliefs that money is evil or whatever, right? So I would be like working on those deeper beliefs with the Magician, because I feel whatever you're asking for, it doesn't matter. But, there could be some belief. Maybe you want love, but you think everybody is a cheater with the Seven of Swords here, or whatever. So I would work on those beliefs with this energy. You have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is walking away from things that no longer serve you. I feel like you've been like the fruit ninja for like the past 2 years. I feel like you've been just like cutting things out left and right of your life. And I don't know, I don't think that's going to stop anytime soon. It's like sometimes I think it's like we start cutting things out that no longer serve us. And like at first, maybe we kind of feel sad or we feel upset or whatever. But it's like once you cut something out of your life that you realize has been toxic or whatever, and you kind of like get over it after like maybe 3 months, 6 months or something like that, I feel like you're like, what else can I cut out? Like that wasn't that bad. I survived. And I realize now that these past situations were holding me back. I feel like you're in that position where you're kind of saying to yourself, like, what else can I get rid of? Because it feels good now. With the Five of Cups, you have the Knight of Pentacles. I actually feel progress here. I feel like you have this growth card. Normally, I don't like the Knight of Pentacles because he's a little too cautious, but what I would say is you have that growth card. You have the Seven of Pentacles as well, which is another card of growth. So it looks to me like there's a lot of growth coming in for you. With the Magician, you have the Three of Wands here. Three of Wands, card of expansion. Yeah, see, here's the thing, is that this right here, if there's love coming in for you, I feel like it forces you to change. Not like you have to change for this person. I just think that you could be attracting a person who's at a high vibe, or maybe you're at a high vibe, right? And you're having to make some changes in yourself to kind of like match the vibration. Three of Wands is the card of expansion. And expansion is a word I use a lot now because, I think we're entering into this time where maybe we're feeling lack or something like that, right? But I feel there's a lot of empty space that needs to be filled, and we have to expand into that space. How do we do that? We get into higher vibe situations, not just love, but, in business and work. We co-create with other people, the ant spirit and things like that. These are all things that are going to help you expand. You'll stop feeling lack once we fill that space. We don't want those, Klaus Schwab filling that space with his stupid ideas, right? With the Eight of Cups, you have the World card. Definitely some sort of accomplishment coming in for you here. So I feel for a lot of you that you could be accomplishing a lot of good stuff. I also feel, you have the Eight of Cups, which is walking away from something. The World is like a card of birth. So I feel like you could be birthing into like a new reality with the World card, and I feel it's going to be good for you. I see a lot of you traveling as well. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this card that says you will have financial security in life. There you go. You have this growth card as well. It says expect good money flow or a raise or a new job. It's important to unlearn and grow as rules continue to morph and change. Yes, we are in a time of great change, so I would embrace the change so that you can continue to grow, obviously, here, Virgo. I see a ton of success coming in for you. I see a lot of abundance coming in for you as well, but it's going to come through any changes that you're willing to make. It's going to come through co-creative efforts as well. I like to remind people that co-creation could be as well. Like maybe you have something in your head that you need to present to the world. This could be like through a blog, a YouTube video. If you're creating something that benefits other people and they get to see it and you're putting it out into the world, then you're going to be successful. I've said to you a million times, you are the hermit. You have the hermit here. The hermit is the fear of exposure, the fear of being exposed for, being fake or not being real or not knowing what you're talking about or whatever. And, I feel that getting over that fear could be very beneficial. It's easier said than done. I get it, but, don't be afraid is what I would say. You have the Page of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. By the way, I don't think there's anything unexpected coming in for you this week, just so you know. Even though I label these rows, I don't try to make them fit. I do feel like there could be communication coming in from a person. I think you already know this person. Maybe for a small percentage of you, if you're communicating with a new person, I think it could maybe just be slightly unexpected that it goes better than you expect, but it's not really unexpected. I think that it's like sometimes I think we're interested in a person. We're like, do they like me or not? We don't know. And then when we find out, it's unexpected when we find out that the answer is yes or whatever, right? So I don't know. I don't think you're like totally surprised, but it could be a little bit of a surprise here. You have the Seven of Swords, lying, cheating, stealing. Like I said, I think maybe some of you dealt with that, but really, I feel like this is talking about being tactical. Again, he is stealing these swords from an army in the background, so that they can't be used against him in battle the next day. So it's like instead of going to war, he is stealing the swords, which is like different. And the other thing is that this is a card of teamwork because he can't carry all those swords. He should have asked for help, right? So I feel for a lot of you that could be going on here. He's also carrying those swords by their tips. And so it kind of represents needing to handle a situation delicately. I never use that meaning, but I do have it popping into my head for you. So if you're entering into any tricky situations, I would make sure to handle all your situations delicately. You have the Nine of Cups here. Nine of Cups, of course, is a card of wish fulfillment, success, good things coming in for you. So I feel like there's a lot of happiness coming in off this Nine of Cups. I also feel like some of you are kind of getting something you wish for. I don't want to suggest that something is, easy in your life, but I do feel that some of you, if you're getting into a relationship, I would say over the next few months, until, April or something like that, I would say that, I feel like you could be noticing that there's more of a flow. Of course, all relationships have challenges and things that have to be overcome, but, I think maybe you're noticing that there's just a little bit more ease in the situation. And again, I would use that as a clue that you're moving in the right direction. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Pentacles. See, your hard work is being paid off. I think I said something about that in the beginning, where it's almost as if you're making more money. But remember, I don't remember exactly what I said, but I said something about work and how, it's not that something isn't requiring work. I feel like you've been putting the work in, but Eight of Pentacles is material success on the horizon. So I feel like you're making money, or you could be becoming more successful here. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Nine of Pentacles. There you go. I mean, more success coming in for you. It is a card of independence, but I also feel like a lot of you have been learning lessons about who you can give your energy to with that Nine of Pentacles. She normally has 3 pentacles on one side, 6 on the other, and so she keeps enough for herself. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords, self-imposed restriction. Again, no restrictions. Like, you could be coming up with restrictions in your head, and I kind of feel like this is saying, like, don't, kind of create scenarios in your head about why you can't do something or why you think something won't work out in your life or whatever the case may be. So, don't be afraid to take risks is kind of like what I'm getting here. Next, you have this Werven card. It says, your secrets are safe. So, I don't really feel like this is secrets, but number one, what I would say is it seems to be one of those weeks where if you're doing something new in business that's working, you might want to kind of like keep it to yourself. If you're getting into a new situation, again, you might want to keep it to yourself at this time. Who knows why? Because I said so. You have the King of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. Some sort of risk that you need to take. Normally I look at the Five of Swords as a kind of a breakup, a separation, but it's popping into my head as a risk. This is coming up in the area of messages from your guides, by the way. And I feel like your guides are encouraging a risk. They're encouraging you to change direction in your life with the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is my card of, is the juice worth the squeeze? He's looking at these 7 pentacles and saying, like, is it worth it for me to continue to grow these pentacles, or is there something else that I could be doing? So I feel like there's like a better opportunity for you. I feel like there's something much better coming in for you here, and I would like move in the new direction with this energy. If you're making a change. Again, this doesn't, I like to remind people as well that this could be an evolution of a situation that you're in. So it's like sometimes I say this and people are like, do I have to quit my job or do I have to leave my relationship? I'm always like, no, this could just say that there are some things that need to be worked on in whatever you're doing so that it can become better, right? So there's no reason to like completely leave a situation with the Seven of Pentacles. It might just mean that maybe you've done all the work you can in its current state and you're just changing it to a different state, if that makes sense. You have this King of Wands here. I do feel there could be a fire sign coming in for some of you. I have a feeling that this is going to come up a lot for you, though, this King of Wands, over the next, several years, because, as I've been saying, fortune favors the bold, and especially for like Pluto and Aquarius, which is going to be until, pretty much 2044, even though technically it leaves in 2043, but it doesn't really matter. Being bold, being assertive, really going for what you want, that's where the success will be in life, just in general. So, that's what I would do there. With the King of Wands, you have the Page of Cups. Told you, definitely love offer coming in. It's a King of Wands type person. If it isn't a fire sign, I would say it's someone who's very bold, very assertive. Doesn't matter what gender either, whatever you're attracted to. Very bold, very assertive. Could be very hard worker. Could be entrepreneurial as well. He is the entrepreneur of the tarot. He also really works on things. Like he treats things like they're children, not like in a bad way, in a good way. He really, really takes care of the things that he cares about. So that could be something that you notice about a person who's coming in for you. And I just feel like there's a lot of desire here if you're looking for love. With the Five of Swords, you have the Magician. Some sort of new beginning coming in for you. Now that you have the Magician twice, by the way, this kind of changes things a little bit. Because you have the Magician, the Nine of Pentacles is my card of newness. And then you have the Magician again with the Five of Swords. So I feel like some of you have to take a risk on a new beginning. Could be any new beginning in your life. And with the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Four of Cups. I actually like this Four of Cups because it's like 3 cups pouring into one here on this Four of Cups. This is the White Sage Tarot. And I feel like something is coming together for you, which this whole entire reading has basically been about. So pretty straightforward reading here, Virgo. We're going to pull 3 yes or no question cards now. So if you have questions, feel free to pause this reading. We're going to do 1, 2, 3. If you don't have questions, that's fine too. I'm going to put all 3 together at the end, kind of like a personalish reading, but pause now because I'm going to read the cards for question number 1. You have the Eight of Pentacles. Yes, definitely a big yes. I feel there's a lot of success coming in for you here as well. For question number 2, this could be a move. If you're asking about a move, I would say yes. If you're not asking about a move, I would say it's like popping into my head that you already know that something is coming to an end. So it's like, what are you waiting for? I get that energy. Sometimes I feel with the Tower that we can be in a situation where the writing is on the wall. We like know that it's coming to an end or it's going to be coming down or whatever. So it's like, I feel this could be avoided if you pay attention for question number 2. For question number 3, I would say yes, keep moving forward. Don't give up on whatever you're doing here. Putting this all together, I feel like you've had Tower moments. Probably, I'm getting the word fear popping into my head, where it's like maybe there have been some surprises in life over the past like 10 years or so where that have brought up some fears, probably about being exposed with the Hermit card showing up in your first position. And I feel like this Nine of Wands is saying like, okay, now it's time to kind of realize what you learned from those situations so you can move forward. Because it's like you're not still in that energy. You're not the same person. You're different. You're expanding, right? So I would be expanding if I were you here, Virgo. But this looks pretty good. So thank you for being here, Virgo. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.